So what has it been like being a new Yogscast? Because I am an old Yogscast.
You are an old Yogscast.
I've been in the Yogscast for like
many years.
Basically 10 years.
Jeez.
Because I had a 10-year anniversary like last December, which is basically the 10-year anniversary of my very first Bastion video.
Oh wow!
And technically, I did like I was doing HON videos and stuff before, but that's more sort of a almost freelancing thing.
Yeah, that
like,
was your own thing.
Because they're still on the main channel, and and that sort of stuff. And I was just sort of brought in, even though I did the actual editing and everything.
Yeah, it's been.
But then Bastion,
surreal.
it was the start of a new channel.
Yeah, it's been very surreal. I was saying to chat the other day, it's been really nice because, like, before I joined, obviously you guys are all my friends anyway.
Yeah.
So now I feel like I'm in the club. I don't feel all the FOMO anymore. Yay!
Yeah, Bobo was talking about it a little bit because she was like a fan, like before she joined, you know.
Yeah.
And to her it was, she thought it was. Because in your case, it's like, okay, we're friends, and then you join Jay. In her case, she was like, I've watched these guys for ages.
Yeah.
And then I've become, popular and stuff on Twitch on my own. And then I joined, and now I'm doing stuff with them. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
So,
it's kind of like that for me. Like, I didn't watch, like, the classic Yog stuff, but I did watch Yogs. And that's kind of how I got into streaming, because I watched, like, people like Ravs and High Rollers and... and Briony and me, yeah, and yeah. So like it was surreal. Like when I first started getting to play with Yogs, like in Among Us and Dread Hunger and stuff, I was just like, oh my god, I know these people. This is cool.
Aww.
These people are known.
They are known. So yeah,
That's
it was kind of similar, but like I started watching when I went to university because a friend of mine was a Yogs fan, and they got me watching, and that was 2015, I think.
Yeah.
And then I started watching like Jingle Jams and stuff. Like I remember when I was working, I was like, I'm gonna be about to miss loads of Jingle Jam streams because I have to work a shift. Where? Like. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's cool. I hope you've had a good time. I hope, like, you finding it fun.
I am, definitely.
To be a Yogscast.
Yeah. I love it. Mainly because I get to hang out with my friends.
Yeah. It's nice to... Because you be hanging out with us either way, but now you also get to...
Now I get to work with you.
Work with us as well, which is cool.
I sort of forgot that I... wasn't new to streaming when we started streaming together. It feels like in my mind we went on our streaming journey together.
Aww.
But I guess there was like a year's difference. I just forgot.
Yeah, because you were...
Yeah,
you basically started because I asked you to stream Hollow Knight for me.
Yeah, Rythian is my origin story.
Aww.
Yeah, it's unexciting but true. I was basically playing Hollow Knight so much, and then Briony was going to play it. And I'm like, if you're going to play it, you need to stream it because I need to watch you. And she did.
Aww.
And then apparently it stuck. So now she's streaming full time.
I'm glad. I don't know what I'd do without the
Too. Because it's great because the secret is, like, I found a duo partner. And that was really good.
Oh my gosh, I was trained up without even
Yeah.
realizing. You
were falling into my trap. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of started streaming because, well, I moved out of my parents' house, and our internet was awful. So I was always like watching Twitch and playing games and stuff, but I would constantly disconnect. I'd constantly buffer. It was just a nightmare. And then Twitch Sings came along, and I started like doing that with people. Like, I did some with Briony, I did some with Ravs. While still in my parents' house, and I was like, I'm brave enough to do this. I'm probably brave enough to try streaming. So when I moved out,
I'm barely brave enough to do things. So yeah.
So
wait, you did come with me?
Yeah. I always had your mods message me like, "Oh, Briony's doing Twitch Sings again this time. Do you want to join, or do you want to start a duet for Briony to do?" And I was like, "Yeah, right."
What?
But yeah,
So
then I moved
Briony's
out.
mods were like matchmakers.
They were,
trying to
yeah.
get you guys to do singing. Yeah.
And I got better internet when I moved out, and I started streaming. And I think in my second stream, Soliloquilic got Ravs to raid me. So I instantly got people like that are regulars now, people like DA and Jess and Novad and all the lovely people in chat. And they never went away. They're still here. I'm trying to get rid of them.
Yeah, it's hard. Some people refuse to leave. It's nice to get. The stream business is unfair. Like it is. Like it's a lot of time you don't get popular because you're good or because you're somehow fantastic than other people. There are so many amazing streamers out there who stream for maybe 1 or 2 or 0 streamers. You know, they do their very best and they don't stand out because it's hard. Twitch is hard.
Yeah,
and,
Twitch is super hard.
And it needs a lot of luck and connections and stuff. And so, you know, if you are lucky that you have a couple of friends to give you raids and collab with you early on, you can get a start. But if you don't, which is rough, man.
That's the thing.
You have
like,
to enjoy it, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think you just have to enjoy it for what it is. Like,
yeah.
people know when you're having a good time, and even if you like don't have many people watching, the ones that are there will enjoy themselves, and you'll just grow.
Yeah.
You know? But if you're doing it and stressing yourself out about it, then it's not a fun thing. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Speaking of connections, yeah, for sure. Like, so Cat Strike, who often streams with YOG, she's lovely. I went to school with her. She was in the year above me, and we were always friends. We were the anime nerds. We would sit there with our manga and drawing and stuff. And Kat is very good friends with Lydia. So before, like, not long into me starting to stream, I went around Lydia's house to play to play board games. So then I knew Lydia, like, sort of thing. And that's sort of like Lydia was one of the first YOGs I met. So yeah,
How did Lydia get into YOGs? Because she's not one of the.
She worked for Xbox. Xbox on.
Oh my gosh! I was literally there. I filmed.
You were there.
I have no concept of history at this point anymore.
Yeah, Lydia had like a sort of professional background, which you know, and then we had both Xbox On and I think PlayStation Access were working in
the office,
the same office. I think I don't know if they were. I don't think they were officially like part of the network or anything, but they were like near and they knew each other and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know the exact history.
One of my favorite parts of doing I absolutely loved working with Lydia, despite the fact I clearly forgot all about it right now.
Apparently, yeah.
I really enjoyed doing it.
Where's she from? I don't even know.
Who is Lydia?
Yeah.
I remember Benny, but who's Lydia? I used to love watching the fact that Mike was clearly smitten with her before they were going out. It was so obvious to all outsiders. And I was like, those kids are going to wind up together.
That is so cute.
Honestly, the thing that cottoned onto it for me was because we would take a break and we would go into the kitchen to grab a drink. And at that time, Mike would always be there and he would always leave without anything. And I was like, why were you in the kitchen, Mike?
Oh, he was in the kitchen
And then I was like,
was there.
Oh, I see why he's in the kitchen now. I feel a bit bad sometimes because I hear these stories about people who really wanted to be in YOGs and like really liked their stuff, and then I'm just like, when I moved to Bristol, I was like, who are these guys? I was just like friends with people before I even really knew what Yogscast did or was.
Yeah. You're like, I'm married to this photographer guy. Sometimes he freelances for this YouTube group. I
was like, we're moving to Bristol to do what? They play video games. What?
Online?
People watch this?
And people watch that?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I remember the first time one of Alex's edited videos went out, and he was like, oh yeah, I had some nice comments, and I looked and there was just like hundreds of comments, and I was like, I thought you meant like 2!